turn your bodies. We're going to listen to our song.
Yay!
Okay, listen, y'all. Y'all are allowed to sing along. That's fine, okay? And you can make the yee-haw if you want, okay? Everybody good? But whenever it's done, we're returning back to our normal selves. Our voices are off. We're turning our bodies to look at me, and our ears are listening, right? Okay, let's get into it.
Howdy folks, let's play a game. I want you all to rhyme my name. I am Books and I'm gonna show how to deal with problems. Here we go. Understand, plan, solve and check. Rhyme these words, it just takes a sec.
That sounds so good.
Understand all, don't let go. Stop and realize what you know. Plan your way and strategize. Think of the facts. Use their ties. Understand, plan, solve, and check. Rhyme these words. It just takes a sec. Solve your problem with your plan. Do it fast, I know you can. Check yourself, were you correct? If not more ways, you must inspect. Understand, plan, solve, and check. Rhyme these words, it just takes a sec. Understand, plan, solve, and check. Rhyme these words, it just takes a sec.
Good job. Oh, we don't want to do it again. Whoa. Too crazy. All right, y'all can turn your bodies, face me. Okay, so who can recall, who can raise their hands and recall what strategy do we use whenever we see a word problem? Charlie?
UPS check.
UPS check, that's one of them. Can somebody else tell me what the other strategy that we use when we see a word problem? Rayla?
Subtract.
Sometimes we will subtract. What's the other letters that we use? Goes like this, and each letter stands for something. Maria, what is it?
UPS check.
UPS check is one of them. I'm looking for the other one. What do we use, Lily?
Understand.
Yes. Yes, it stands for understand.
Solve.
Plan.
Plan.
Solve and check. Do y'all remember cubes?
Yeah.
Remember, that's the other one, cubes. Cubes is C stands for, what are we doing?
Check.
We're
Circle.
circling key numbers. U. Who can remember what the U stands for? Oh, no, not in cubes. Underline the question. Good job. Who can raise their hand and tell me what the B stands for? Briazzi?
Box of keywords.
Yes, we're boxing in keywords. E. Let's see. Jackson?
Eliminate extra information.
Eliminate extra information. And S in cubes. What does S mean, Kylie?
Solve.
Solve. We're going to solve the question, right? We're going to solve the problem. Okay, so I think it's super important that we know what those keywords are, because what do keywords do? What do they tell us, Charlie?
To subtract or add.
And what's another word for subtracting or adding? They tell us what
Operation.
They tell us what operation to use. Good job. So what I'm going to do with y'all today is we're going to create a KWL chart together so that we can go over keywords that we might see in some word problems. Raise your hand if you've seen a KWL chart before. Nobody? Okay, well, so the K in a KWL chart, this stands for know. What we already know. Okay? The W stands for what we want to know. And later on we're going to circle back and we're going to fill in the L, which is what we learned. Okay? So let's go over. I'm going to use my green crayon. And I want y'all to start brainstorming. Think of words that you have seen, some keywords that you've seen that let you know that you're going to add when in a word problem. What words in a word problem let you know that you're going to add? Let's start there. Ozzy, you've got one? What's a keyword that you've seen? Gave. Okay, if I have something and I'm giving it, is that adding? That's subtracting. Let's think of adding first, and then we'll get to subtracting. So hang on to that word. Piper? More. Got more. Okay, we could do that. So I'm going to put a little plus sign. This is my addition. So more. That helps you know that you got more. Adelaide, what do you think?
How many more?
Oh, how many more means to? Hang on to that because we'll get that. Think of keywords that mean I'm going to be adding. Jackson? Bought. Okay. Maybe. We can see that. We'll put that over here because maybe he bought, so he's getting something. Think. Sarah, can you tell me one?
Somebody gave you 5 apples.
So if you got something. All right. Let's think of a few subtraction, and then we're going to kind of play a little game where I'm going to tell you a key word, and you're going to tell me if it would be adding or subtracting, okay? So the couple of people that I told, hang on to it. Y'all can raise your hands, and this is your opportunity to say. Adelaide?
How many more?
How many more means to subtract. Good job. Always when we say how many more. So I'm going to write that in red because that means I'm going to subtract. How many more? That's a perfect example of some keywords that tell us to subtract. How many more? Okay, so who can raise their hand and tell me another subtraction? Maria, you think you got it? Less. Awesome. Perfect. Less is a great, kiss your brain. Less. That's a perfect example of a key word that means to subtract. Zayla? Gave away. Good. Gave away. All right, hands down. Here we go. I'm going to give you a word. I want you to think on it real hard. And we're going to see if that word means that we're adding or subtracting. You ready? If I see the word all together, what am I doing? Just raise your hand. Raise your hand if you think you know. Lots of you think you know. I want you to whisper it to your partner what you think that it means. And see if your partner agrees. Okay, now y'all all say it together as a class. Is it adding or subtracting?
Adding.
Adding. I want you to go like this. All together.
All together.
That means you're counting it all. So here's an example. There are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 boys in Miss Moncrief's class. There are 12 girls. I don't know. How many are there? How many students are there all together? That means I'm going to be adding, right? All together.
I know the answer.
So I'm going to put that under. I'm going to put that under adding. All together. When I see that word, I know that I'm going to add. All together. Y'all ready for the next one?
Yeah.
Okay. This I want you to raise your hand and tell me. What if I see fewer? The word fewer. If I see fewer, to be doing? What operation will I use, Ozzy? Subtraction. Good job. Kiss your brain. You're a genius. Fewer means that I'm going to be subtracting. And what are these words called? Keywords. Keywords. Okay, here's the next one. If I see the word total, think about it for a second. Raise your hand when you think you got it. If I see total, am I going to be adding or subtracting? Piper? I'm adding. Good job. I'm going to write that in my green marker. Total means I'm going to add. What if I see the word sum? S-U-M. Sum. Think about it. Sum. What do I do, Gage? Think about it again. Think about it again. Rayla? Adding. Did you think it was just too easy? Like too obvious? Is that what it was?
Way too obvious.
Too obvious? Nope. Sum means to add. Oh, here's another one that I know that y'all know. Difference. Oh, that's it. Just raise your hand. Adding. Subtract. Difference. Oh, is it too easy for you, Audrey? Well, good. So whenever I see these words in my word problem, what am I supposed to do to those words? I box them in. Good job. I box in my keywords. Okay, before we go to the next thing, y'all are going to partner up, but I'm going to do one question up here. Y'all are going to watch. I'm going to model it for you, okay? And then y'all are going to go to your seats, and we will do one together before we break into partners, okay? So, I'm going to do this one. I'm going to make sure that I follow all of the proper steps. What are my proper steps? Who can tell me? Who can tell me what my steps are? What do I do first, Rayla?
Box in the keyword.
Okay, but look, can y'all look back there? What does that say? What did I write on the board? Cubes. Cubes. I have to do cubes before I do UPS check. Y'all ready? Okay. I'm going to move this over here so that y'all can see it too. We're going to look at the first one. Y'all see that one? Let me move it closer. There we go. Cindy has, y'all want to read it with me? Read it with me.
Yes.
Cindy has 53 songs in her iPod. Nina has 37 songs in her iPod. How many songs do the girls have in all? Okay, first things first, I'm going to write cubes on the side of my paper so that I can remember what I do to this word problem. Cubes. The C, who can raise their hand and tell me what C stands for? What does C stand for? Addie? Circle. Key numbers. What's one of my numbers? 53. Who can tell me my other number? Kylie? 37. Okay, I did see. I circled my key numbers. U. What does the U in cubes mean? The U in cubes. Jackson?
Underline the question.
Underline the question. Y'all read my question with me as I underline it. How many songs do the girls have in all? Ooh. Now, here we go. B. One of the most important parts. Zayla, what does B stand for?
Box the keywords.
Box in keywords. Here we go. We did our U, so I crossed it out. B. Box in keywords. What are my keywords? What are my keywords in this one, Gavin? Look at the question. Gage, can you tell me my keywords in my question? that let us know what operation to use? You can look right here too, so that we know. You wanna pass it to a friend? Okay, Adelaide. In all. Remember how we did all together? We can just say all. Y'all do that with me. All. Or all together. Okay? That means I'm going to get all of them. So I'm going to box in those keywords in all. Okay, I did B. What does E stand for? Who can tell me what E stands for? Briazzi? Good job, everybody, like this. Eliminate extra information. Did I have any extra information? No. Nope, I don't have to worry about that one. And S. What does the S mean, Maria? Solve the problem. Here we go. And to use the problem, I'm using UPS check. We're going to draw our T-chart. UPS check. Okay, how many songs are in Cindy's iPod? 53.
Wow, that's a lot of songs.
Cindy, I know. How many does Nina have?
37.
37.
My mom's name is Nina.
And what operation am I using?
Subtracting.
Adding. We said we're going to add because we saw in all. So I'm adding. So what will my equation look like? What will my equation look like, Ozzy? I can use standard form. How's it going to look? 53
37 on the bottom.
plus 37. Good job. Okay, and the S square, I do what?
Solve.
I solved it. Okay, 53 plus 37. Who can raise their hand and tell me what 3 plus 7 is? Addie, what is 3 plus 7? Try it again. 7 plus 3. 1, 2, 10. Good. And now who can tell me what is 5 plus 3, Sarah? 8. And then I have this 1 on top, which makes it 9. 90. Now when I come to check it, how do I check it? Opposite operation. What's the opposite of addition?
Subtraction.
You are so smart. Can't get anything past y'all. So I'm subtracting. What number am I going to subtract? 7. I look at my ones place. Do I have more on top or more on the floor?
More on the floor. Next floor. 10 more.
Good job. 10. Take away 7. Use your phalanges. Raise your hand when you got it. Lily?
4.
10. Take away 7. 3. There you go. And 8. Take away 3. Raise your hand when you got it. Gage? 5. Did I get it right? So what's my answer? 90 songs. Wow. Okay, I'm going to call you by table. And we're going to do the next one together. If you sit at Gavin's table, come get your paper from me. Get a table from Miss Mumphrey's table, or a chair from Miss Mumphrey's table, Sayla.
That's table for Miss.
Stop, Sarah. I'm actually going to give him this. If you sit at Addie's table, we're walking to our seats. Don't do anything yet. We're going to wait till we're all at the seat. All at our seat. paper from me. And Adelaide's table. Whoa, whoa, whoa. We're walking. In just a minute. Yes, very quickly. Okay, make sure that it is turned on the side where it says Cindy, okay? Because we just did that one. The next problem is Liam. We're doing this one together, okay? So all your pencil should be doing right now is just writing your name on it. Go ahead and write your name on it. Now what you have your green crayon for is if you find keywords that mean that you're going to add, you're going to box those in the green. And if you have keywords that tell you that you're going to subtract, you're going to box it in the red. Just how we wrote our keywords in the red and the green. Does that make sense to everybody? Kind of. If we're adding, we're boxing it in green. If we're subtracting, we're boxing it in red. Okay? Let's read this problem together. Okay, we're on Liam. Make sure everybody's on Liam. Liam, let me hear you.
Liam has 27 stamps.
Noah has 19 stamps.
How many more stamps
Does Liam have than Noah? Oh, I want everybody to take their pencil. We're going to write cubes right outside of our question or our problem. That way we know that we have to follow these steps to solve our word problem. Legend, you can go with Miss Adams.
Can I take this?
Yes, go ahead and take that. Okay, so what's our first step in cubes? Who can tell me? What does the C stand for? Go ahead and say it. Circle key numbers. All right. So Liam has how many stamps?
27.
Noah has 19. Are those all of our key numbers?
Yes.
All right, we circled our key numbers. You can mark out the C in cubes on your paper. Now we're on U. What does U mean? Go ahead and say it. Underline the question. Y'all, we have these things back here that help you know what those words mean. Yes, ma'am?
Underline, how many more
Stamps.
does Liam have than
Then Noah. Good job. That's our question. We're underlining the question. How many more stamps does Liam have than Noah? After you've underlined the question, you want to mark out the U that you wrote on cubes on your paper. Okay, to make sure that we're following all of these steps. Why is it so important that we use these steps?
because
It helps us. And why is it so important that we know these key words?
so you can learn.
So we can learn, but why else? Why do we need to know these key words, Kylie?
So you don't get the question wrong and can understand it.
We have to know what operation to use, right? And if we don't use the right operation, what happens?
You get it wrong.
We get it wrong, and that's no good. Especially if we work so hard. All right, so now we're on B, which means what? Boxing the key words. Who can spot our keywords? Put your binoculars on. Who can look at their paper? And who can spot those keywords? Who can do it? Piper, what are our keywords? How many more means two subtract. Good job. Box in. Oh, and if we're subtracting, what color are y'all going to use? To box those in? You're going to use your red crayon to box in how many more. How many more? Okay, I boxed in my my keywords. I did the B in cubes. What's next? What does that E stand for?
Eliminate extra information.
Good job, Golden. Eliminate extra information. Do we have any extra information?
No.
Nope. So mark out the E. We're finally to the S. What does S mean in cubes?
Solve the problem.
Solve the problem. And for that we use UPS check. Y'all are so smart. All right, everybody should be drawing our T. You can make it really big so that we have lots of room to solve it. And we're gonna write U, P, S, a C or a check. Either one marks up there. Okay, now we're looking at UPS check. What does the U in UPS check mean, Sarah?
It means to write 27 stamps and 19 stamps.
Okay, yeah, we have to make sure that we understand. The U means understand the problem. And so we're gonna write our information in here. So Liam, I'm gonna write his name, Liam, 27, and Noah had how many? 19. And then I'm also gonna write what operation I'm using. And what operation are we using? Subtraction. So I'm gonna make sure that I put a little minus sign in here, and I might even write, if you have room, I'm gonna write how many more, because it's gonna remind me that I am subtracting. Okay, UPS check. Now we're at the P in UPS check. What does P mean?
Plan.
Hold on. Oh, who said that?
Addie.
Addie said plan. Is she right?
Yeah.
If you agree with her, give her a thumbs up. Good job, Addie. We're planning. So we're gonna write our equation. What number always goes on top?
The biggest.
The biggest number always goes on top in a subtraction problem. 27 minus how many?
19.
19. All right. Is everybody good?
Yes.
Everybody good so far? Following along?
Yeah.
Y'all are doing great. Okay. So now we've understood the problem. We've planned out our equation. What does the S mean? Solve it. So y'all rewrite that. 27 minus 19. And we are going to solve it. I want you to go ahead and solve it on your own. Go ahead. I'm going to solve it up here. Covered it up so I can make sure y'all are
16.
looking at my answers.
16. 15. 14.
Gonna make sure everybody has plenty of time to solve this problem.
11, 10, 9, 11.
Okay. Thumbs up if you got an answer. Okay, we're gonna make 10 more seconds. Make sure that everybody has it. Oh, no, thank you. Okay, you'll have to put your hands down. We're gonna give them just a little bit more time. Okay, who can raise their hand and tell me what they got? Bailey, what'd you get?
8.
8. If you also got 8, tell Bailey, I agree.
I agree.
Good job. If you got 8, you are correct. But we still have one more step to do. What are we supposed to do? Check it with the opposite operation. Okay, I'm going to do 8. What's the opposite of subtraction?
Addition.
Addition. 8 plus 19. Y'all can do 8 plus 19 or 19 plus 8, either one. When you checked it with the opposite operation, did you realize you got it right?
Yes.
All right, so how many more stamps does Liam have than Noah? 8 stamps. Good job. Okay, y'all are going to